Welcome to Wednesday worship. My name is Deb Goldsworthy. I'm a worship leader at St Day Methodist Church and a local preacher in the Falmouth and Gwenet Methodist Circuit in Cornwall. Shall we prepare ourselves spending time with Jesus with a prayer led for us by Ralph and Esther Gilbert and Keith and Sam Goldsworthy.
Come, let us sing for joy to the Lord. Let us shout aloud to the rock of our salvation.
Let us come before him with thanksgiving and extol him with music and song.
We come to worship God.
For the Lord is the great God, the great King above all gods. In his hand are the depths of the earth, and the mountain peaks belong to him. The sea is his, for he made it, and his hands formed the dry land.
We come to worship God.
Come, let us bow down in worship. Let us kneel before the Lord our Maker. For he is our God, and we are the people of his pasture, the flock under his care.
God, our Creator and Sustainer, we are yours and we worship you.
A few weeks ago, Hannah led our thinking about being light in the world. She did this very effectively by only having a candle to light her face, and encouraged us to reflect on how Jesus, the light of the world, can be seen in us. Tom and Lucille helped us to see how we can be salt, adding flavour to the world, bringing out good things in life, and they encouraged us to keep our flavour to be effective witnesses for God. Last week, Leslie helped us to think about being love in the world. She shared with us the different kinds of love we read about in the Bible and encouraged us to accept God's love for us and to share his love with others. Our theme today is being transformed. The dictionary definition of transformation is to completely change the appearance of something or someone, especially so that that thing or person is improved. This reminded me of a programme that I like to watch on the television. The presenter normally goes to a dump or a skip, somewhere where they have a recycling centre, and they usually save something from being put into the skip. They then transform that item and repurpose it into something often quite different from what it was before, and then sell it for some money at the end of the show. It gives it a new purpose. You could say a new lease of life. But what is it we mean when we talk about transformation in terms of our faith? We read in Romans 12, verses 1 to 3. Therefore I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing and perfect will. Paul is encouraging the Roman Church to focus on God, rather than to be pulled by the culture they are living in. To be transformed by God, rather than transformed by the culture. The Message paraphrases Romans 12, verses 1 and 2 this way. So here's what I want you to do. God is helping you. Take your everyday life, your sleeping, your eating, going to work and walking around life, and place it before God as an offering. Don't become so well adjusted to your culture that you fit into it without even thinking. Instead, fix your attention on God. You'll be changed from the inside out. Readily recognise what he wants from you and quickly respond to it, unlike the culture around you, always dragging you down to its level of immaturity. God brings the best out of you, develops well-formed maturity in you. Transformation is a change in our character that happens when we focus our lives on God, when we offer him everything we have and are to use for his glory. It isn't easy. Paul writes to the Philippian church that all the things that he held dear before he knew Jesus, he now doesn't matter to him at all. Paul himself is a good example of being transformed. His transformation happened quite suddenly on the road to Damascus. A flash of light stopped him in the road, and he knew it was God. Another transformation we read about in the Bible is the woman at the well. We're going to hear now a poem by Dave Hopwood about this story. It's read to us again by Ralph and Esther and Sam and Keith.
The people stare. They can't quite believe it. Is it really happening? This woman, the talk of the town, the one they love to gossip about, is she really standing here now?
No sign of embarrassment, loudly announcing that she's met someone who knows all about her past. And she's happy about it? More than happy, celebratory. This woman who used to skulk to the well in the heat after everyone else had gone home, so that she could avoid them all.
Now here she is smiling, different, changed, somehow free, the poison removed. The folks look at one another. There might be something in this.
Quick, let's go and see this someone. What might he know about us? What other transformation might he bring? What other poison could he remove? Come on, let's go and see.
If anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. Old things have passed away. Behold, all things have become new. This is the experience of Paul and the woman at the well, isn't it? We also read of other people's lives who have been transformed. What is your experience? Many of us may have been brought up to believe. We may not have a specific moment when we became a Christian, but we are all on a journey of transformation as we learn to know more and more about Jesus, as we allow him by his Spirit to change our lives. We become more like him. As Paul said, being transformed by the renewing of our minds. We started by recapping on being light, being salt and being love. I think that these things come from us being transformed. The villagers at the well saw the transformation in the woman that Jesus had met there. As we grow in our love for God and our knowledge of his ways, so we will be seen as different. The salt, light and love of God will be seen in us. The poem invited us to go and see, to meet with Jesus. I pray that we may be encouraged this morning to continue our journey of transformation. As we close our time together this morning, I invite you to join with me to reflect on the transformation of our lives through a poem by Gerard Kelly called Elemental. And following this, we will reflect on the final verse of Love Divine. You catch us when our heart is fading. You warm us when our love is cooling. You ignite us, you enlighten us, you consume us, refine us. You are fire, and we welcome your flame. You fill the space we make for you. You shape the lives immersed in you. You cleanse us, refresh us, flow through us, renew us. You are water, and we submit to your tide. You feed the seeds we plant in you. You strengthen roots laid deep in you. You hold us, sustain us, nourish us, bring life to us. You are earth, and in you we ground our being. You fill the lungs of those who draw on you. You fill the sails of those who wait for you. You carry us, move us, lift us, caress us. You are air, and to breathe of you is life. Burn us, fire of heaven, wash us, holy water, grow us, ground our being, inspire us, breath of God, remake us, great Creator, in your elemental image.